We have an update on this morning's fiery crash that shut down the I-10 west over the Bonnet Carré Spillway. Louisiana State Police have arrested 27-year-old Antoine Reed for stealing the car they say caused the three-car pileup in the first place. Megan Key is joining us in the studio with more, and this was a big mess this morning.
Yeah, it definitely was. You know, the Bonnet Carré Spillway Bridge at I-10 West, it was all shut down while they were diverting traffic. But Louisiana State Police tell us that 27-year-old Antoine Reed is currently in custody, facing several charges for allegedly stealing a car, abandoning it on the interstate, and putting other people in danger. Now, this is what state troopers are telling us. This morning, Reed abandoned a Nissan 350 in the left lane on I-10 West on the Bonnet Carré Spillway Bridge. We later learned that that car he abandoned was a car he stole out of Kenner. Now, at around 6:20 to 6:30-ish, a car driving in the left lane crashed into the stolen abandoned car, and then another car crashed into them, causing a three-car pileup. One person was hurt in the crash, but the injuries were minor. Two of the cars involved in the crash also caught on fire. Now, while firefighters worked to extinguish the flames, state troopers blocked off I-10 West on the bridge and diverted traffic to I-310 to get them around the accident. Since then, I-10 West on the Spillway Bridge has opened back up. But you're probably wondering, how exactly did they catch Reed? Well, police tell me a person driving by saw him getting out of the stolen car and walking away on the bridge. They alerted police for his own safety, but once police started questioning him, they were able to put two and two together. Reed faces several charges, including possession of stolen property, obstruction of a roadway, driving without a license, and careless operation of a vehicle.
And considering how explosive that crash was, it's lucky nobody was seriously hurt or killed.
Exactly. Yeah, it was pretty bad looking at those pictures.